Welcome, Never-Betters, to my YouTube channel. I'm Susan, and this is Buddy Sherman. We are so grateful you're here. So today I've prepared a 45-minute Power Vinyasa Flow yoga class for you, all about movement and message. In the flow, we're going to move in and out of different variations of lizard pose. The message is about overlooked blessings. I hope you enjoy. If you like what you see, hit that thumbs up, push the bell for future notifications, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Now let's get after the best version of you today. If you follow me at Never Better Yoga on Spotify, we're going to go ahead and press the start button for today's practice all together right now. Then come with me. We're going to come down onto our mats right into child's pose. So in this child's pose, let your knees go wide. Let your big toes track together. And then just start to walk your upper body down. So taking that stroll down, just take your time. There is no rush, no hurry. Hips are heading towards your heels. If it's better for you to perhaps stack your fists and rest your forehead upon stacked fists or a block or a prop of some sort, then go ahead and do that. This posture is called Balasana, child's pose. And just so you know, if at any time during your practice you need to come into this posture to just regain focus, composure, just a little thank God asana, a little rest, it's always available to you. So right here and now, take a nice deep breath in, close your eyes, fill the back body with your breath on the inhalation. Sip it in, sip it in, sip it in. Cap it off and sigh it audibly out your mouth. Letting that exhalation wipe the slate clear today for your practice. Lifting your hips and your forehead, walk your hands off of your mat over to the right. Drop the right forearm, let the left hand press right on top of the right. And draw a nice long line of energy from your left pinky finger to your left pinky toe. Now lift your hips and forehead back up. Walk all the way over toward the left side of the house. Drop your left forearm, stacking the palm of your right hand, your Surya Hastasana hand, one stacked on top of each other. Press down into the earth as you draw the right hip closer to the right heel, and see if you can expand that right rib cage on the back side of your body. Breathing in and out through your nose continually, that Ujjayi pranayama breath. And then travel back to the center. And keeping your knees wide, just lift right up onto hands and knees, but keep the knees wide. Shift your shoulders over your wrists. Bend your arms, bring your big toes together and lower all the way down, chin towards the earth. Now from here, straighten your legs out, press into the top side of your feet. You can even feel all of your toes, The shoelace side is pressing into the mat. Roll your shoulder heads up and back and lift your heart. Breathe in. Soften your face, breathe out. Now take your hands and take them right off of your mat. Still shoelace side down. Tense your finger pads, almost visualizing holding tennis balls underneath. So you're creating a little bandha in your hands. Finger pads press into your, I have mine right on the floor, so they're right off of the mat. Roll your shoulder heads up and back. Rise your heart and chest up on the inhale. Breathe in. Exhale, lower back down. Breathe out. Let's do that one more time. Press the finger pads down. Pull the heart, the chest. Roll the shoulders up and back as you lift, and feel the tops of your feet, the inner sides of your legs. The insides go long. The big toe side goes long. Lower back down. Now hands right by your ribs. Push up and back right into cat. Now adjust your legs so you've got a nice parallel posture in your cat, and if you can see your feet or your shins, hide them behind your quads. And then arch your back for cow. So keep that going. Exhale, round and hollow. Pull your navel into your spine. Inhale, soften and melt. Couple more times, seeing if you can breathe into the back side of your body. Letting that sound of your breath just wash over your body. The inhales and the exhales help clear out any static in the attic. Just creating space, creating a place, a safe place for you to practice today. And then go ahead and shift your hands right and left. You're going to create a circle. A circular motion of your hips right around. Now you can bend your arms if you were so inclined. You could even add your head with a little roll up and around. But there is no rush. See if you can get any areas that might be stuck a little bit released by just moving through, feeling the back body expanding, feeling your breath with that continuous flow of movement. This is a saja movement. It's a little free form, a little water flowing style. And then reverse the direction. Let your hips travel around in the opposite direction. Breathing in and out through your nose. And then we're going to go ahead and flip the hands back forward, reach the right arm forward, and then with the elbow bent, circle up and around, dropping your hips back to your heels as you stretch the right arm forward. Just like you were shaking someone's hand and then paint the ceiling. So just a lift and a rise and a drop back and a settle in. So this movement here allows you to rise up, open up, and really visualize with your Surya Hasta sun hand on the right hand side, the painting. You have a canvas for this day, and you are the one who gets to paint the picture of today. So we have been in the series called Simple Abundance, and today we're going to wrap it up, and we are going to focus on how our world has such a spiral path. Open up, breathe in, a circular motion, just like we're circling our arm up and around. There is no beginning and no end. We just come back and begin again when we find that we need to get back to that place of simple abundance. Now hold up top this time with the right arm. Sweep it up and then create a twist as you thread the needle and dive underneath, letting the right temple lower down, left finger pads tented, and just twist your upper body. Breathe. Now come back around on all fours. Let your toes tuck. Walk your hips to your heels and your hands to your thighs. So you're at the back of the mat now. Go ahead and sweep your arms out and up. Breathe in. Tee your arms on top. Breathe out. Expand your heart. Now, hands on your hips, lift up and over to the right. So you're actually going to push your right hip toward the left as you lean right, letting your right ear head towards your right shoulder, drawing down that left shoulder in your mind's eye. Now the other side, up and over to the left. Use your hands to help support, pushing your right hip over a little, helping the right shoulder draw down, really getting a nice stretch on the right side of your neck. Beautiful. Now come back to the center. Lace your hands in that Kali Mudra style, which means the index fingers go long, right back behind your body. Retract your shoulders, lift your heart and chest up as you shift your gaze high. Now, as you bend at the waist, bring your hands back down to your mat. Go chin, chest, belly as you lower down, letting your heart lift up. Or maybe palms of hands, tops of feet, Urdhva Mukha, up dog, or just back to cobra where your hips are grounded. Push up and back, cat style. Inhale for cow, arch your back, tilt your tail. One more time, exhale, round and hollow for cat. Inhale, soften and melt. Now one more cat, this time hold. Push the earth away with your hands. Push it away, pull your navel into your spine. Can you round your back and tuck your chin just a little bit more? Now, as you soften your heart and melt it right through the gateway of your arms, retract your shoulders, tilt your tail up for cow. Stretch the neck, shift the gaze. Beautiful. Now, as you neutralize, you're going to take the left hand out in front like you're shaking someone's hand. Bend the elbow and then rock back hips to heels. So just get that circular motion again, knowing that we come into this earth with nothing and we leave with nothing. So what our goal is to make an impact while we're here. And in this simple abundance process, it's just been a daily reveal of how to find our authentic self, how to tap into joy. And I have found it quite fascinating. So one of the things the author talks about is for years and years and years, she could not get anybody to publish what she had written. Now hold up on top as you peel open that left side of your body and the left arm is lifted. Dive underneath that sneak dive for the twist. Tense your right finger pads and dive the left temple down towards your mat as you twist the upper body. So she encountered quite a bit of difficulty, but even beyond that, the thing I have found most fascinating is that she didn't set this book out to write. She literally used this for herself to get her out of a spiral path she was stuck in. Now, come back around, tuck your toes under, rock your hips back to your heels again. Walk your hands up your thighs, sweep your arms out and up, breathe in. This time, right hand, left wrist side bend. Inhale, back up, V your arms, look up, left hand, right wrist. So she just sat down at the kitchen table one day when she was just totally overwhelmed, totally disgusted with her life, and knew that something had to change. Open her heart. She was frustrated. She had lost her job. There is trouble in the economy, in the world, lack of trust. Let your hand slide down the backside. Totally overwhelmed with responsibilities. She sat down with a pen, hands to the floor, hands and knees, go chin, chest, belly. Now scoop your heart through the gateway of your arms, lifting up, breathing in. This time, rock your hips up and back to downward facing dog. Now in your down dog, pedal through your feet a little bit, pressing your heels back behind your second and third toe. So Sarah sat down with a pen and decided to begin to write. And she started writing about overlooked blessings in her life. And before she knew it, she had been sitting there 6 hours and wrote 150 things about things that were good, things that were positive, things that were working, things that she had been blessed with, and none of them were money. So that is kind of the beginnings of simple abundance, pretty powerful stuff. So we are going to unravel if we find times that we're stuck in this spiral path. Maybe our circle is a little lopsided. We go back to the beginning and we begin again, coming back not only to that place of gratitude, but acting on the gratitude that we have in our life. Lift your right leg up, roll open at the hip. Now pull your right knee to your right tricep and you're going to step it outside. So going back to the basic, spin the outer edge of the back foot down. Now you're going to send your hips in the diagonal back and you're going to reach your hands in the opposite direction forward. So it's almost like a little tug of war. Someone is pulling you forward, you're drawing your hips back, and you're creating length in your spine and at the same time opening your hips. And then walk back. You're going to let your left hand come back on your mat, peel the left heel up, drop the left knee. Use your right hand to help open up. So the inside of this right thigh pushes away and your heart goes in the opposite direction. So you might want to maha this right foot and keep it very active, opening up. So that spiral path, when we get stuck, we want to go back to the basics, simplicity. What things could we possibly say no to in our life to create a little more order, a little more harmony, a little more space, so we can keep that simple abundance going? And what are the things that we are grateful for? Overlooked blessings. We're going to get more of what we focus on. Now, if you want more of this, sweep the right arm back, bend the left leg, pull the heel in, and then open up more as your hips sink. We want to focus on what we've got, not focusing on what we don't have. Release that connection. Go ahead and pop the back kneecap up. Dig the right heel in. Now this is a little different stretch in the right hamstring because your right leg is over to the right side of your mat. Dig the heel in, pull your toes up. Hands are inside the right leg as you bow down. Now plant the right foot. It should still be on a 45-degree angle. Hop the left foot up. Bring yourself to that yoga squat right at the top of your mat with your hands right at heart center. Press your hands together. Now rise up, breathe in, feel the strength in your legs, the stability beneath your feet. Open up your heart on top. Exhale, come back down. 2 more times, root to rise, rise up, open up, breathe in, expand your heart, expand your circle of love. One last time, this time stay standing, hook the thumbs, open the heart, breathe in, Heel toe your feet together. Collect your hands at heart center in prayer. Close your eyes, bow your chin towards your chest. So today, if there are any overlooked blessings that you may want to dedicate your practice to today, could be a wish, could be a prayer, an intention. Go ahead and seal that into your heart, and then you can weave it in and out of your breath as you move on your mat. Collect your purpose, then look up, open your eyes, rise your arms up, part the sky, spread your hands wide, hinge, bend, and fold. Take a halfway lift, breathe in, step your body back to downward facing dog. Right leg steps, left leg joins. Now in your down dog, take another pedal through your feet. You might even want to shift your hips a little bit. You could always use blocks to elevate the floor. You could use your fists. You could be on your knees if there's a variation or a modification you'd like to take. Always know it's available. Left leg is going to lift up, roll open at the hip. Bend the knee, flex the foot, flare your toes out. Step the left foot outside your left pinky finger. Now you're in that high lizard. Spin the outer edge of the right foot down. Yep. Draw your hips back and reach your arms in the opposite diagonal direction. Moving into that beautiful extension of your spine. You're getting taller right here and right now through this stretch. Breathe into that expansion. Now, when you travel back, right hand comes on your back on your mat. Your right heel lifts, your right knee drops. You're going to work the outer edge of the left side of your foot, so the inner thigh on the left is being pushed away as your heart goes in the opposite direction. Breathe. Now, if you're interested in more, sweep that left arm back, pull the heel in, open up, and breathe. So if you ever have a day or a time in your life when you're stuck in that spiral, maybe we do the same thing. Just sit down with a pen and write down some of the overlooked blessings in our life. Push up and back as you lift the right kneecap, drawing back to this modified pyramid pose where the left heel digs in. Both hands are inside the left leg. Maybe your hands are on blocks. Take a halfway lift and then dive into a deeper expression of the pose. Now, plant the left foot on the diagonal, hop the right foot up there, hands at heart center, lift out of the inner thighs, and then rise right up. Hook your thumbs, open the front body. Exhale, come back down, nice and smooth, nice and steady, nice and slow, no rush, root to rise. Rise up, breathe in, hook the thumbs, open up, breathe out on the way down. Third time, we're going to stay standing. Root to rise up. Breathe in. Hook the thumbs. Open up. Heel toe your feet together at the top of your mat as you bring your hands into heart center. Lift your right leg up. You're going to balance on the left leg. You're going to cross the right leg over the left for standing pigeon. Right at the top of your mat. Draw the left hip back. Really bend the left leg, open the right hip through the hip joint. Now take your wings, your arms, sweep them back behind your body. Let the right leg stretch straight back. Let the left leg bend. This is a bent three-legged warrior. Now reach the right hand down, stretch the right leg all the way back. Take yourself right into modified revolved lunge. Now as you spin the outer edge of the right foot down, Windmill your arms around to find your second warrior with your left leg in front. Beautiful. Turn it into stargazer. Heels in, toes out, gaze up. Take your second warrior to the back of the house, bending over the right leg. Flip the right palm for peace. Peaceful warrior at the back of the house. Now, very slowly, just pivot around. Take peaceful warrior at the front of the house as you flip the left palm, reversing. Now, windmill your hands down, creating that circular motion. Either step back high plank, option to always bring your knees down, chin, chest, belly, scoop your heart through, moving through that vinyasa flow, meeting back in down dog. Let your right leg lift, roll open at the hip. Right knee, right tricep, step the right foot outside your right pinky finger, drop the left knee, left hand down, right arm sweeps back, maybe catching the left foot for that heart expansion. Releasing it, pop right up into malasana, right at the top of your mat. Hands to heart center. There you go. Rise up. Come on with me. Rise up. Breathe in. Stand strong. Exhale. Come back down. 2 more. Root to rise. Inhale up. Feel the strength of your body. 1 more time. Root to rise. Stand up. Stand tall. Hold and open your heart. Heel toe, an overlooked blessing that you've dedicated your practice toward, and bring it right into your heart. Balance on the right leg, lift the left leg up. Cross it over, standing pigeon, draw the right hip back. Steady your gaze, stable and steady. Smooth out your breath, sweep your wings back. Bent leg, warrior 3. Tip the left hand down, reach the left leg back, rise the right arm up, modified revolved lunge. Reach the right arm back, spin the outer edge of the left foot down, create that solid foundation for your second warrior. Turn it into stargazer, heels in, toes out, gaze up. Things are looking up. We're going to get more of what we focus on. Bend into that left leg, second warrior, back of the house. Now visualize and root down through the outer edge of that back foot. Let the left knee track over the second and third toe. Flip that left palm, keeping this left leg bent, reverse warrior. Make that pivot, make that shift to the top of your mat. Peaceful warrior at the front of the house. Flip the right palm, reverse. You be the one that brings peace. Pinwheel your hands down. Your style of vinyasa, know that you could always take it out today if that serves you better. Meeting back in downward facing dog. Left leg is on the rise. Roll open at the hip. Step outside your left pinky finger. Dip your right knee down. Option to sweep back and just hold here. Maybe catching a bent right leg as the heart opens up. Release and come to the top of your mat. You know where we're going, malasana. Now, a little bit faster. Rise up, breathe in, look up, open up. Exhale, come back down. Do it again. Rise up, breathe up, open up. Bring some heat to your practice. Rise up, breathe in, stay up. Heel toe your feet together, open your heart, and then collect your hands at heart center. Now, sit right into Utkatasana chair pose at the top of your mat. Slip the tips of your fingers right by your feet. Left hand comes to hip. Carry the right shin up, or peace fingers around the right big toe. If you want to kick the right leg out, Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana, left arm lifts is always an option. Open it up on variation B. Now you can keep the right leg bent and just hold on to the shin. Back to standing pigeon. Create that 4 style, stable and steady. Wings sweep back, bent leg warrior 3. Modified revolve lunge, right hand down, left arm lifts. Up and around you go. You know where you're going, second warrior. Inhale, stargazer, heels in, toes out, gaze up. Second warrior, back of the house. Precise, bend, gaze over the right index finger. Flip the right palm for peace. It's a good week to have a lot of peace. We're going to be the ones to bring it. Bring it up and around. Flip the left palm. Reverse for more peace at the front of the house. Windmill your hands down. Move your body through your style of vinyasa flow. Emptying your breath out. Inhaling as you rise your heart up. Exhaling as you shift your hips up and back. Right leg lift, stay with it. Roll open at the hip. Step outside the right pinky finger. This time, hold right here for high lizard. Lift the heart up. Now, lizard push-ups. We're going to lower down, heart leads. Come back up, breathe in. Ooh, do it again. Lower down, exhale down. Inhale up. One more time. Exhale down, lizard push-up. Inhale back up. Now, left arm reaches out. One-handed push-up. Lower down. Woohoo! Lift back up. Beautiful. Now, drop the left knee. Sweep the right arm back. Maybe catch hand and foot. Open the heart. Release that connection. Come to Malasana at the top of the mat. I want you to hold right here. Now, either stay right here and work Malasana, lifting out of the inner thighs. If you choose, you could come to Kakasana, crow pose, lifting your hips up high, snuggling your knees right into your upper arms, and then balancing on your hands. But no float back today. Just landing back down. In Malasana, breathe, breathe. What is an overlooked blessing? Maybe it's our breath. Here we go. Rise up, breathe in, look up. Exhale, come back down. Let's focus on the good. Remember, rise up, breathe in, open up. We have the privilege of practicing today. One more time. Inhale, rise up, breathe in, open up. Stay standing, heel toe. Your feet together, hands to heart center, and just pause. Just pause right here. There is so much power in pause. Breathe. Stable and steady gaze. We are way too blessed to be stressed. Sit down into chair. Just take a seat. I sometimes like to take a seat at the table of gratitude and start to write thank yous. Slip your hands by your feet. Is there somebody that has done something for you? Rise up. Maybe left hand, left shin. Maybe just somebody who needs some sort of note of encouragement. I know if you receive one, how it makes you feel. Open up. Variation B. We want to treat other people the way we want to be treated. Back to standing pigeon. Sweep your wings back. When I get stuck in the spiral path, and I reach out and take a seat at the cafe of gratitude and start making a difference in someone else's life, modified revolved lunge. You seem to forget, about your own problems. Oh, how about that? Bring it around, warrior two. Now, stargazer. Flip and look up. Breathe in. Take warrior two to the back of the house. Breathe out. Flip that left palm, reverse. And now shift that peaceful warrior to the front of the house. We're getting a double dose of peace that we can share as we move through this next week. Windmill your hands down. Move your body through your vinyasa style. Breathing in, breathing out, and meeting back in down dog. Left leg lifts. Roll open at the hip. Step to the outside of your left pinky finger to a high lizard. There you go. Now, lizard push-ups. Exhale down. Lead with your heart. That's a great place to start. Do it again. Exhale, lower down. And that goes for our life, too. If you lead with your heart, you're focusing more on gratitude. Lower back down. And then come back up. Now, left hand stays down. Right arm lifts. One-handed push-up. Whoo-hoo! And lower back down. Drop your right knee. Sweep up and back. Maybe stay here. Maybe catch and open up. You choose. You decide. Now, when you release that connection, listen up. Pop the right kneecap up. Pull the left heel in. Bring yourself to pigeon. We're going to go ahead and walk our upper body down. Letting the left hip settle in. The right leg goes a little more toward the center of your mat as you bow down. Really finding areas in your hips that are stuck. See if you can let your body surrender, let go of some of the tension we hang on to. I find that it's almost totally a subconscious gesture where you don't even know if you're clenching your teeth or straining in your face or storing a lot of that stuff in our hips. They say we end up having issues in our tissues. We carry our stress in our body and we don't even realize it. So as we wake up to this place and this space, you come into ways to keep the spiral path moving. The life we want is not merely the one that we have chosen and made. It's the one we must be choosing and making. So very active. It's a very active creation of our life that is in constant change. And I don't know about you, but fighting change has become a way of being, and I'm letting that go. Like, change is one thing that we don't seem to have control over, and why we think we do, I don't know, but so many things happen in our life that are out of our control. All we can do is control how we respond. Now lift back up, and we're going to just find pigeon on the other side. Now, if it's better for you to come back to down dog and kind of work out opening of that left hip, we're going to do the same thing on the right side. Right knee, right wrist, right heel, top of the left thigh bone, left leg long. But this is an ooey gooey pigeon. We're going to inch right down. So in writing Simple Abundance, Sarah, the author, the epiphany she truly had was that the only thing she really needed in her life to make such a profound shift was to realize how blessed she was. Not to always be revamping in our life, but truly to rejoice in it. So is there a level of control that you've been hanging on to? Maybe it's a situation that has come upon you in your life that is not what you wanted, not what you're expecting, not what it should be. Is there something that you could turn around in a sense to know that all these things that happen to us, maybe, just maybe, they're for us, and that there is a way, if we look for it, that we can make good or knit good out of it? It doesn't undermine our losses. It doesn't undermine the things you're going through. It just gives us the ability to keep our authentic selves, the joy and the peace that a life of simple abundance brings. When you're ready, you're going to begin to walk yourself up, but stay low. We're going to come around with that left leg and just let both legs come out in front. Now you're sitting in Dandasana. Do a little bounce of your legs. Flex your feet. Really press your thigh bones down. Inhale your arms up. And then take a fold as you walk down. Now you might want to inch your sit bones back. Lengthen your spine as much as possible. Keep your feet active. Flare your toes out as much as you can and walk your arms down. Now they might be on blocks. You might hook at your wrists. You might pull yourself down into a deeper fold. Just finding that in the fold we slow down not only our breath, but our emotions stabilize. If you ever find yourself in a situation where you're very anxious, doing a forward fold is an amazing calming effect. I was in a Japanese restaurant once, and I told the whole staff if they went back into the kitchen and they did forward folds just like this and then came back out, they wouldn't believe what kind of a calming effect that has. The restaurant business can be extremely stressful. Now, lower back, your forearms are going to land. Forearms are going to land all the way back. Legs are straight. Now, pull your knees into your nose. You might have to inch your sit bones forward a little. Just hold in this little tucked position. Your forearms are pressing down. Knees are in towards your forehead. Eyes are drawn in. Chin is toward chest, and you're in a little ball. Now, levitate your legs up. Flex your feet. Paint the ceiling in front of you. Lower them to a hover. Point your toes, draw into that little tuck. Exhale. Inhale, legs up. Flex your feet, lower them down. Exhale, pull into that tight little ball. Inhale, expand your legs up. Flex your feet, lower down. Now keep that going. Draw in, look up, lower down. Exhale in, inhale up, lower down, paint the front wall. We are the ones who get to fill in the canvas of this day. We have so much more choice than we think we do about what we do and how we think. Draw it in, inhale up, exhale. Keep it going. Draw into that tight little ball. On the exhale, a couple more times. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and land your legs down on the mat again, but your forearms are still where they are. Pump your heart up. Now, whether you want your chin to go up and back or stay tucked in is your choice. Fish pose. Beautiful. Now, from fish, land all the way on the back. Bend your knees. Capture one hand on each hamstring or lace your hands and just roll around on your back. So let your feet roll around your ankles, creating that continual circular motion, that spiral path of life that has no ending and no beginning. If we get stuck in that circle, we just begin again. We go back to the basics. If you find that your circular path is getting out of control, if you've got a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, you're in situations that are so troubling, what do we do? What do we do? We cast our cares upon our God, and then we get back to the basics. We get back to the attitude of gratitude, because you know why. It takes you to a new altitude. Shift the direction. Simplify. What can we take out of our day that is just a little more than we need to be doing right now? A little more focus on the being rather than the doing. The badge of busyness has definitely become overrated. We're looking for peace, unveiling, unraveling our authentic selves, seeking that joy that comes from a life of simple abundance that is wrapped in gratitude. Any overlooked blessings, we make recognition of them. Plant your feet at the width of your mat. Your knees are bent. Just take a gentle right and left shift of your knees. So it's almost like they're windshield wiping. If you have any remaining tension in your lower back, this helps rinse it away. But then let your heels come in closer towards your bottom, palms down, head down, knees bent, hips are going to lift up for Setu Bridge pose, just opening up from the inside out. And then as you lower your hips back down nice and slowly, just take this opportunity to levitate your legs out. If you need to kind of adjust to find the position of Shavasana that suits you today, just give yourself, your authentic self, permission to just be. Not to have to do. There's nothing to fix, no one to fix, no situation to fix. Just let it be and settle in this place and space. Now today, if you are able to stay right here in this resting posture for 5, 10, 15, even 20 minutes, just turn the video off. I know we'll reconnect again. But if you're coming with me, just to bring that circular path, that circular motion that's continually spiraling back into your day by making that gesture, that movement in both your hands and your feet, circling around, signifying that completion, that going from no beginning, no end, but that circle is completed. It keeps going around, and if you get stuck, you just go back to begin again. Make that shift over onto your side into that fetal position, and then press yourself back up into your day with your hands and your forearms coming to a sweet seat Sukhasana. Hands slipping beneath your kneecaps to anchor your tailbone down, making that signifying circle, that spiral path around as you find that you are the one that stays anchored. So as you're circling around like this, you can just visualize, we've seen it, the tornadoes where there's that spiral inside the middle of the storm. There is calm, the eye of the storm. So on the external world today, there's a lot of storms going on. We are the ones that are going to be anchored and grounded in gratitude, in simplicity, in grace, in order, in harmony, in beauty, in love, and in joy. Circle in the opposite direction, anchoring the overlooked blessings, anchoring them to give us the ability to focus on what we got, not what we don't got. A little better English, focusing on what we have, not on what we don't have. Hold up in the center. Carry in the palms of your hands the gifts, the gracings, the blessings you've been given. Seal them into your heart with that knowingness that we are way too blessed to be stressed. Seal your purpose in. And as you move through a life of simple abundance, know that you then have the privilege of sharing it. Now let's look up and finish off with one Om to Home. Sip your breath in. Om. Now go on out and be a blessing. Namaste.